Imagine stepping outside tomorrow morning and hearing a buzz so loud it rattles your windows. You look up and see a mosquito the size of a helicopter hovering over your street. Scary, right? Well, that's what would happen if every insect on Earth suddenly grew 100 times bigger. Insects are everywhere. Ants, flies, beetles, and dragonflies. Trillions of them. Normally, we barely notice most of them because they're so small. But what if, in a single moment, they all got 100 times bigger? An ant the size of a peanut would suddenly be as big as a dog. A housefly could grow to the size of a horse. And a praying mantis? Think 6-foot-tall green nightmare. At first, it sounds like a sci-fi movie. But let's break it down step by step. First problem, physics. Insects breathe through tiny holes in their bodies called spiracles. This works fine when they're small, but if they were 100 times bigger, they'd need way more oxygen than their bodies could handle. Most of them would suffocate in minutes. So ironically, the world wouldn't be overrun by giant bugs. Instead, we'd be stepping over a lot of very large bug corpses. But let's say, for the sake of imagination, that they somehow adapt. Now we have to worry. Take ants. Right now, an average ant can carry about 50 times its body weight. A leaf? No big deal. But a dog-sized ant could lift a car bumper. And remember, ants don't work alone. They live in colonies of thousands, sometimes millions. If they were all suddenly huge, your local park would basically become Jurassic Park, but with ants. Then we've got mosquitoes. A normal one is just annoying. But scaled up, it would be the size of a small helicopter with a needle-like mouth that could pierce through a car door. Forget bug spray, you'd need a tank. Beetles would be even scarier. A rhinoceros beetle today can push objects over 800 times its weight. Imagine one the size of a car pushing over an actual bus. The world's strongest man wouldn't even come close. And then there are the cockroaches. They're already famous for surviving almost anything. 100 times bigger, they'd be the size of a bear, crawling into basements and refusing to leave. Honestly, humanity might give up cities altogether. But it's not just us who'd be in danger. Ecosystems would collapse. Birds, frogs, and small mammals that normally eat insects wouldn't stand a chance against these giant versions. Crops would be gone in days because swarms of grasshoppers the size of trucks would eat entire fields overnight. The global food supply? Wiped out. Here's the craziest part. If this actually happened, humans probably wouldn't last very long. Between the destruction of agriculture, collapsing ecosystems, and giant bugs roaming cities, society would crumble in weeks. The planet would quickly shift from being human-dominated to insect-dominated. It wouldn't take long before we'd be hiding underground, hoping a dragonfly the size of a school bus didn't spot us. Luckily, none of this could ever happen. Physics keeps insects small, and that's a good thing. Their tiny size is actually what makes them work so well in our world. They pollinate plants, recycle waste, and form the base of countless food chains. In other words, they're most useful when they're small. Giant bugs? Cool for movies. Terrible for reality. So what do you think? Would you rather face a dog-sized ant or a horse-sized fly? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this wild ride into science and imagination, hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more What If adventures. Because hey, the next crazy question might be yours.